Hi, all. Well, I'm feeling kind of sad, and I don't even know if I'm going to post this, but I figured I would go out and walk around and, I don't know, maybe see if I could get some of this stress off. Work has been pretty stressful. Everybody's kind of freaking out, I think, about the economy. So it's like, we're bidding every freaking job out there. And, I don't know. I guess I'm a little bit too much of a perfectionist because I really like to do a good job when I do something. And when you're set up to where there's not enough time and the drawings are bad and stuff like that, it's really stressful. And I don't know. Like, I need to learn to, like, not care so much and to knock it off, But it's easier said than done for me for some reason. And I don't know. I've just been, like, awake in the middle of the night and not able to sleep kind of thing. I just feel like, I don't know, I just feel like the jaws of everything closing in. And I don't know if you guys can see the moon. It's like a sliver, but there's clouds coming in. It's maybe raining tonight or something. A lot more lights this year, I guess because people were under lockdown. I don't know, it's just so sad. I guess that's probably the part of it. Like, I feel really trapped. And I guess I know, like, why people don't want to wake up. Because if you do, then you got to face all this, right? You got to stop believing in fairy tales and start believing in whatever it is that oppresses us, I don't know, I have a friend that talks to me a lot, and he believes in God and stuff like that, and I gotta be honest, like, I don't even believe in God anymore. I really just, I don't know. He says, the evidence of God is that, we know what's going on. And my thing is if there is a God, why has he let this happen? Why is even the tap water poisoned, right? Fluoride, make you dumb, docile, give you fluorosis of the bones, which has been so bad with me that I've had a hard time walking, right? And I gotta drink distilled water, and I mean, you can't even enjoy a bath, right? Because of the system. And the system is just slowly but surely locking us down. And it's really nothing new. I mean, you think about it. Prohibition, right? Back then, what did they do? They made alcohol illegal. And then what do you think happened to the small businesses, to the small bars, right? Unless you had some sort of speakeasy, you were poor, right? And all the people that drove the trucks for the alcohol and whatever else, whoever was selling, when you sell your wheat and you sell it to the beer company, you sell the extra part of it, so you're losing that part of your income. I don't know. It's just very heavy times for me, and then for everyone else too, I'm sure. Especially if you don't believe in fairy tales anymore, and you don't know if anyone's coming to save you or not, which I'm kind of thinking not. Because if there is a God, where is he? And if there is a God, why did he set things up this awfully? Right? And I know I'm supposed to believe and all of that, but I did believe for a while. There's been times when I would have, argued with you that there's probably a God, but I don't know. If there is a God, in my feeling, we're away from him. And something very sinister rules this world. And it's up to us to try to get out of here. And the mind-boggling part is that, 95% of our fellow man is just falls right along with us and seems to enjoy being slaves. I can't believe this. Like we talk in construction all the time, and these COVID-19 rules, they're already instituted. Like it's just set in stone. Like no one even said anything. It's just, we're gonna do it. Like we just gave our human rights away. We have none. As soon as the government says jump, we say how high. No matter what. And when you think about history, they've killed a lot of us before. You just think about the Irish genocide, what they like to call the potato famine, where the British Army seized all the animals and the animal foods, like the milk and the butter and the cheese, took it away from the Irish and blockaded the ports and kept the American ships out, and half of Ireland, which was like 1 million people back then, starved to death, right? Or die of sicknesses because, terrain theory is probably a lot more like it, right? You have to be malnourished, and you have to be malnourished for a while to get really sick, right? Older you are, the more malnourished you are, the more likely you are to die from anything. That's just how it is. Or if you're very young and your mom didn't have good nutrients, then, you're more likely to die too. So, I don't know. It's just hard because this is Christmas time, and it's supposed to be happy, and I feel for all the little kids that don't, like, you imagine growing up as a little kid and seeing everyone in masks, how scared you would be, and that they want you to have a mask on all the time, and you're told that there's this killer virus out there. It's worse than telling you that Santa Claus is there. Although that may be one of the reasons why people believe in just about anything, right? Like, you get lied to from the minute you're born. So I guess it's just, you have to learn to accept that you have to believe or whatever people tell you. I don't know. But yeah, it's just been hard for me. And I know that, I don't know, I know I'm supposed to be strong, and that's part of it, but it's hard. It's hard to be strong. I remember when I broke up with my boyfriend, which was a really long time ago, many, many years ago, and I was crying, and my grandma said to me, well, Sugarfoot, I don't know what to say, because you're the one who's always so strong, and I don't even know what to say to you, and I guess that's where I am right now. I know I gotta get some strength from somewhere. I don't know, it's just, we really are gonna let this happen, aren't we? And everyone is gonna get vaccinated, and then, of course, people will be faking it, right? And they'll be having their cards, right, and that are faked. And so the government will come out and say, oh, this problem with the vaccine here is that people are faking it and people are still getting sick. So we need to have the quantum dot tattoo, right? Problem, reaction, solution. And you won't be able to travel. I thought it was bad when they brought out those naked body scanners, at the airport, and I remember I was coming back from the Cayman Islands with my friend from Russia, and this other girl. Three of us, we three girls were the only people in a line of like 500 at the Miami International Airport who refused to go through the naked body scanners. And I knew, I think this was 2011. I knew at the time that, I just couldn't believe that it's three girls who were the only people who were saying nothing, and like they can just get away with everything, right? They can just do whatever they want. No one says anything. No one's strong enough. Very few people, 5% maybe? Not even that. 3 out of all of those people at the Chinese restaurant? I don't even know what to do. Besides, keep trying to wake others up, and tell them to stop. But I don't know. You can't really talk. A lot of people, they just won't even engage you with. There's so much proof against the government, and so much proof that, the government doesn't love us. Look at these hardworking guys. Construction workers are hard-working guys. Yeah, they poured that concrete. They gotta smooth it out. Good for them. Ouch! I stepped on a rock. I don't know. Maybe we could start communities somewhere. Like, how do the Amish stay out of this? Right? Like, how do the Amish... I guess you can't take anything from the system, right? Like, you gotta get your own water, and you gotta live somewhere. Like, how do they rig their land to where they're not paying? Like, they must have alluvial titles, right? Do they? Is that how they've done this? And then, of course, they don't have electricity, which... I don't know. Most people these days would not go for that. I know I'd have a hard time just because I need to have a hot bath. My freaking bones hurt. Of course, my one friend does tell me that the reason why my bones hurt is because of bathing in fluoride, which I've bought a filter that's gonna get rid of that. So, anyways, I don't know. I don't even know what the solution is. Besides to go for a walk tonight, and instead of sitting in the house feeling sad, I guess I can be on the road feeling sad. Talking to y'all. Got cold here. All of a sudden it was like 77 degrees the Thursday before last, and then it went down in the 30s. It's been pretty chilly ever since. I always love the lights at Christmas time. I don't know that we should all be worshiping a blood sacrifice. I find that strange. This is pretty. Makes the house look like it's got glitter on it. Really pretty. I don't know. I guess we're just gonna have to. I don't know. I don't know what happens. I know I feel kind of scared though, And I feel alone. I mean, at least my mom knows that this is bullshit. But she's gonna be 80 tomorrow. So how much longer does she have here? I mean, she always wants to live to 100, and I wish I could will her whatever remaining time I have. Because I would be out. I've had it with this realm. I don't know, and a lot of people call me and they know this is bullshit, but they're still following orders anyways. I guess that's how World War II and Vietnam and all of these different things happen, right? Like, if you go against the system, you think about it, even the quote-unquote elites who refused to go to Vietnam, right, they were ridiculed. And of course they don't care because, you know, they're gazillionaires as it is, and they were born into these families, and, you know, it's just kind of controlled opposition kind of thing. But if you go against, like, Muhammad Ali or any of these people, if you're set up like as a sacrificial lamb, right? You go against the system. You're not patriotic. Oh, you don't wear a mask. Well, you're a murderer. You're killing people. But then, you know, you go to Vietnam and you sacrifice, and then all of a sudden you're a baby killer, right? And you're all of these evil, mean things. I mean, this realm is like gaslighting central, right? It's like one giant gaslighting fuckfest your whole life, where you're just constantly being gaslighted about something. It's just absolute tyranny everywhere you turn, right? Like, when you're a kid, like, I used to try to fit in. I really did. I really tried to, you know, fit in and be like everyone else. And damn it, I just couldn't, and I still can't. I just cannot fit in. I can't turn my brain off. I have turned my heart off a lot. I used to be a lot sweeter person. I used to really, like, believe in love and all of that bullshit that doesn't really exist. Or maybe it just doesn't exist for me, but, you know, like, when I believed in that stuff, that's when I was always getting screwed over. So as soon as I stopped believing, well, there you go. Things, I stopped getting all these a-hole narcissists in my life, right? I don't know. It's just it's just been such a weird freaking ride here. And I always try to go, like, I don't know, like, no matter where I go, I don't really think I fit in. I mean, I guess the closest of ever fitting in was, like, being at West Point, because everyone else there, you know, probably made good grades and stuff like that, but I still wasn't like them either. Like, I was still weird, right? I still was kind of, like, I would kind of laugh to myself, like, why are we following these dumbass orders? And I don't know. I was always in trouble for thinking it was funny that some a-hole upperclassman was screaming at me. You know, because I wasn't scared of him. I was like, bring it on, buddy, you know? You're nowhere near as scary as my father. Or my crazy uncle that's in the insane asylum. So, I don't know. I don't know what the plan is, right? Like, I would think of getting another job or whatever, but I don't want to wear a mask, right? Like, I'm gonna be having, like, asthma attacks and seizures, even if I truly believed in the virus, right? And I knew that the government wasn't the virus, right? And the media is how it spreads. Even if I really believed in this stuff, I still would be upset about the human rights violations. Like, no one should be forced to be vaccinated. I mean, think about it. You're forcing me to be injected with genetic material, right? I mean, it's rape. It's literally rape, okay? It's the same as someone, like, how they're gonna bring this down on you, right, is to say your job, right? You're not allowed to work here unless you have a vaccine. I mean, it's the same as saying, Lorna, you can't work here unless, you know, you have sex with the CEO. It's for your health, right? He's gonna be injecting me with genetic material, and so is Big Pharma. I mean, we're just getting fucked by proxy, okay? This is the same shit as, like, prima nocta. Remember when the wealthy landlord got to have sex with your wife before you did on your wedding night? I mean, what's the difference, right? It's the same. It's actually worse. It's actually worse. You know, maybe that sperm from the landowner might have gone away. But I mean, what the hell is going to happen to our bodies with these vaccines? You know, was it 1 in 65 boys now has autism? You know, page 4 of the MSDS with the Marisol says it causes asthenic vegetative syndrome. I've been saying this for more than a decade. It makes no difference what I say. I can bring it's great. You can, you know, like Kary Mullis, you know, that guy who created, the biochemist who created the PCR. I mean, he was railing on and on about HIV for decades, and nobody listened. Absolutely decades. They've been lying. They've been lying about everything, like this whole world. It's like that show, what do you call it? Stranger Things. This world is the upside down. Everything they tell you is bullshit. Every once in a while they give you like a kernel of truth. Like when Trump said the news was fake, right? Well, if you listened to the news after that, it was all on you. And then, you know, he's got himself out there, said he got tested positive, and then they got him doxing his doctors and nurses, you know, because that's so strategic here. Like, I knew it was fake right there, because what president in their right mind lets them list off the doctors and nurses who take care of him? Oh, and then Giuliani is getting tested positive, and then what's his face just got the vice president, I don't remember his name, Pence. You know, he just got the vaccine today, supposedly on TV. I mean, no matter who you look to, it's just some more fuckery. I think I'm not gonna walk too much tonight. My knee's starting to hurt. But we're still building houses, right? Houses everywhere, coating the land. But we're evil and we all need to die for the planet. Right? It's so crazy. Like, these elites, they're the people who have paved everything. They're the people who have, you know, turned everything into plastic packaging. Everything. Your plant-based diet is all wrapped in fucking plastic. Right? And what does it take to make a plant-based diet? You gotta freaking, I don't know, like, people, as they didn't live on a farm like I did as a kid. But on plow day, all the little animals that live in the fields are running for their lives, or they get chopped up, you know? Same thing when you're planting, then when you bring the combine through, then when you plow it again, you plow it under again. And then out here, actually, where the peanuts are, people literally burn the crop after it's harvest. They burn it, burn all the stalks, then they turn it under again. But plants are gonna save, monocrops are gonna save the world. They're so much better than this cow out here that's grazing on a freaking grass that just naturally grows. When you think about how evil the government truly is, Native Americans, you know, they couldn't beat the Native Americans until they killed all the buffalo. Ooh, stuff down there. Couldn't beat the Native Americans until they killed all the buffalo. That's why they've demonized red meat, right? And cholesterol. Cholesterol makes up, you know, all of the cells in your body. Cholesterol is the repair mechanism of the body, right? So they're blaming the repair mechanism of the body for the inflammation and the tears that are caused by eating these processed foods. So their solution was just don't eat any cholesterol so your body can't repair itself. And that's why everybody's so fucking stupid and believes anything they hear on the TV. At least in my opinion, that's why. Because they don't even have a brain that's formed. It's crazy. You know, everybody's skin, your skin is composed of cholesterol and collagen. And your liver can make some, but you don't really want your liver to have to make all the cholesterol that you need. because you're going to just deplete yourself. It's just going to steal it from places in your body. I don't know. Everything we're told is a whole bunch of bullshit. And, you know, you can't really go against it. It's one of the reasons why I didn't go into medicine or into science. I was accepted at the University of North Carolina, Chapel Hill, into their toxicology program back in 2003. And my health wasn't good because that was about a year and a half after I broke my neck. And that was one of the reasons I didn't go. But one of the really big reasons is I knew it was all controlled, right? I knew from college, and I knew that, you know, you had to pick research topics that the NIH said you could do and that Big Pharma wanted. And it's the government. And that's one of the reasons why I went into construction in the first place, is because I didn't want to be part of the problem, right? And I feel like working for the government is just perpetuating the problem, right? All these people, because you can't say anything against the government when you work for the government. If you do, you know, they got enough money, because they use everyone else's money, to nail you to the freaking wall. And I don't know. I do like the lights, though. We're going to take my mom out tomorrow. We're going to go to Highland Falls. Or is it Highland? No. Highland Park. Highland Falls is outside of West Point. Funny. We're going to go to Highland Park, where all the fancy people live, and look at their lights after we go to dinner. So that should be fun. Figure this is probably the last year of any sort of freedom that we have. And I need to try to enjoy it, and I hope you guys do too. I hope that, you know, if you have family and friends, you get together, and you don't, you know, I don't know, hopefully all of you guys have at least one person that is awake and isn't an idiot in your life. And that way, you know, you're not too alone. And I apologize if this video is really sad or whatever, but I figured I might as well let people know that I feel sad too, because maybe you guys do as well. And that way we all won't feel so alone. Alright, well, y'all take care. I'm gonna go have a glass of wine, I think, and then go to bed. I'm working too hard. Alright, take care. Bye.